So how you all?
Good, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Good? Everyone is good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to share this one, right? So basically the flu is called, normal full name is influenza, right? Influenza. So you can see in the middle, FLU, that's like short, this is like a sort of short name flu, right? But otherwise full name is influenza. So influenza, you've got 4 different, it's called, types, A, B, C, D, right? So A, basically birds and things like that, they get that sort of influenza. So if you live with the birds, you get that, it's called spreading the disease, right? I'm going to sort of talk about this one and then come back to you. So this is A is for the bird, right? For B is basically for in human. Human means sort of, people, right? C is with the pigs. D also the other animals, right? So COVID actually basically that is also influenza, but that they suspected from pigs or the other animals. It's called not domestic animal. The wild animals. Yeah. So the other one is contagious. Contagious means so when you this is basically the virus, right? So this is infected, the virus infected sort of illness, influenza, only virus. So there is no treatment. Virus, there is no treatment. Only bacteria, you can kill the bacteria using antibiotic. Virus, you can't. Only thing is you can have a rest, that's all, right? So contagious means sort of, it's someone sort of, sneeze in front of you on the face, or if you are in the sort of confined, say in the same room, you are living someone with the same flu, then contagious mean, the droplet. So when you sneeze, you get the droplet. Droplet means very small, minute sort of drop. Yeah. So that touches your mouth or touches your lips or the nose. When you breathe, so you take in. That's how sort of virus get into your mouth. I'm going to show you how it works. Respiratory, that's a respiratory mean that is where, when you are breathing, your respiratory system is called nose, mouth, throat, voice box, windpipe, lungs. I'm going to show you the respiratory system, right? Just see the human body. All right. So when you see that, that's the sort of respiratory system right up to the lungs. You know what they are? So anyway, that's nose, mouth, throat, right? This is voice box. Then this is sort of, column connecting these 2 lungs, right? Left and right. Okay. So that's called respiratory system, all everything included, right? Okay. So what happens is, say, if this air around you, right? If someone sneezes, the droplet is here, right? So when you breathe, you take in. When you take in, it goes into the respiratory system, goes down to the throat, then the voice box, and the column, then lungs, right? So it won't stay there. It will go all the way down to the lungs, right? Okay. So say, for example, sometimes if you, someone use a table, say a study table, right? Your sisters used them, but she got flu, right? But normally through skin, it can't through skin, right? Through skin, it can't infect, yeah. But what happens is, say, on the table or desk, so you touch, and then without knowing that you might go and have some food with the hands without washing it. So basically, you are through the mouth, you are taking the virus in, right? Otherwise, there is no way it can penetrate through the skin, right? So it's contagious, as soon as sort of, say, for example, on your lip, that sort of droplet is there, with instantaneously it goes down. The movement is very fast. That's how instantaneous, right? So this is what happened because one of my family members got that thing, and so I got it, right? So that is basically contagious and infection, right? So we look at the symptoms. Symptoms of fever, cough, sore throat. Sore throat is basically this sort of throat, right? So there is a sort of opening where your food goes through it. There is an opening, right? So this become inflamed and being that's so inflation and sore throat, right? Then runny nose. When you got infected, then you keep sort of your phlegm. So phlegm can be sort of very strong phlegm, yellow phlegm, F-L-E-M, phlegm, right? Salino phlegm. So running nose is sort of watery sort of thing, because sometimes the phlegm is not thick, it's like watery, right? So that's why you have to blow all the. So when you are blowing, you should not blow in front of, because that is contagious. So you should not blow. So normally people put that hand like this and blow, right? Or sneeze like this, because it is basically stopping, the droplet going over the thing, right? When you hold it like this. Okay. So another one is muscle pain. It's a very severe pain. Sometimes even you can't walk, and you feel sort of, body aching. The whole body is aching. And sometimes you get headaches. Well, the other one is fatigue. Fatigue is, anyone can tell me what is fatigue? Fatigue?
It's like a tiredness in your body.
Yeah, basically tiredness, right? So when you run for 2 kilometers, something, you become sort of tired. That's called fatigue, right? Even when you are driving, 4 hours driving, you get fatigue, right? So it's a tiredness, basically. So that's all I want to say. So basically, avoid this sort of situation. What you can do is you basically keep away from sort of, people already got flu. And so that's basically, that's all you can do. But in Sydney or Canada or America, normally you get this one in winter. So in Sydney, in winter, now it's winter time. July is peak winter, right? So that's why the government always asks people to take vaccine. So vaccine is the one, what normally happens is vaccination, during vaccination, they take sort of the virus, and inject into your bloodstream. Yeah, so it's called, we call it jab, or sort of injection. Right. What happens is after 3 days, your immune system will fight that, because thinking that's the active virus. So the immune system will start sort of, strengthening the, immune system. Body have got the immune system. So for this one, it doesn't have immune system, strong enough to that. So when you have vaccine, vaccine, then your immune system is sort of, so high. When the virus attacks, it attacks back. It won't sort of let a virus to sort of, penetrate and infect all these places. So that's called vaccine, right? But they put the it's called strain from the dead virus and put it into the injection and into the bloodstream, right? To boost, it's called boosting the immune system. Okay, that's all about. So you should be aware of all these things. Yeah. Okay. Anyone got questions? So right. So we get on to the subjects today. I'm going to talk about, because this is important too. There we can use the right article. And because some people make a mistake using, where to use the, and say, for example, I went to school. I went to the school, right? So which is wrong, right? Okay, I'm going to ask sort of, how they use it, right? Because there are two options. One is went to school or went to the school, right? So I'm going to start from Lokapriyama, your turn. How do you say? How do you say?
I went to the school.
Right. Okay. Sajid, the Nama.
I went to the school.
Right. Santos. One.
I went to the school, sir.
I went to school.
Went to the school.
Right. Gritsiamma, your turn.
I went to the school.
Right. Aaron Lilavan, on your turn.
I went to school.
Right. Dhanashalnyamu.
I went to the school.
Right. Purnama, your turn.
I went to the school.
Right. Okay, the answer is I went to school, right? So that's where sort of, we make mistakes. So I'm going to say why we call it went to the school and went to school, right? Okay, the next question is, now we are using at, right? Okay, so we'll start from Logapriyamma. How do you call it? I'm at school or I'm at the school?
I am at the school.
Right. Sajindanama?
I'm at school.
I'm at school, okay. Krishyama, your turn.
I'm at school.
Right. Okay, thanks. Arul, on your turn, Arul.
I'm at school.
Right. Kanashalnima?
I'm at school.
Right. Varnama, your turn.
I'm at school.
Right. Santosh, on your turn.
Sir,
Sorry?
I'm at school.
Right. So answer is I'm at school, right? So there is sort of, it's so I'm going to sort of teach you the reason why you use the we use the, but what situation we use it, right? So because you have to clear understanding, there is a rule. So I'm going to explain that rule, right? Right. So when you say the school, the particular school, right? Normally, general, we talk about general. So because someone is asking, you go to school? Yes, I go to school. Because general, when you are talking general terms, you don't use the, you don't. But if say, my mom went to the school, right, to meet my teacher, right? Grade 7 teacher. She went to the school because you are talking about the particular school, your school, right? Then you can use their school. Otherwise, generally, right? That's why, again, I'm at school mean, right? Now, grade 5, I'm grade 5 at school, right? So that means you are studying, you are a pupil, right? Student of that school, right? So generally, sort of school student and sort of that general terms, we don't use that. If you are specific about, my sister went to the school, right, to see my mom, because mom is with my teacher, right? So that's the school thing. So that's the, what do you call that, rule 1. Okay, we look at the sort of, other things like prison, hospital, university, and church, right? So it's sort of similar rule you got to apply, okay? So the prison, right? When you look at prison, so normally prison, if someone is sort of, charged with some robbery or something, that person will be sent to prison, right? So when you say, so that particular person, so and so, Tim is in prison, because we are talking about the general. Unless you specifically say the prison next to my house, or the prison 5 kilometers from it. Because that's specifically, when you're saying specifically mean that particular person, then you can use that. Same thing with her university. Same thing with hospital. And same thing with church, right? So that is rule number 1 applies. School, prison, hospital, university, and church, right? So this one says, Mrs. Kelly goes to church every Sunday, right? So there is no specific thing. General, she goes to church. Say hospital. He is still in hospital. We don't know which hospital, but he is in hospital. Someone, where is he? He is still in hospital. Right? But when you say, sort of, Jim has gone to the hospital to visit Jack. So particular hospital, he is visiting and then seeing someone, right? Okay. Ken went to the prison to visit his brother. Okay. So when you're asking where is the university? Because you are a specific question. You are not generally asking where is, universities, maybe 200 universities around the country, right? Across the country. But you ask sort of question is, where is that particular university? So the university, right? So you can see that any specific one, you put there. If it is not specific, general terms, take the out, okay? The cinema, the bank, the station, right? So for all these, the cinema, we use, there is no rule, rule number 2. Only these places, right? Or, no, I can't say places like this is sort of in a building, right? Station is building, bank. So we use that, right? So you had to identify from others. So this is sort of separate. It's sort of, we call it exemption, right? Exemption means athavika, right? So next one we're going to look at. This is very interesting because a lot of people, they make mistake. Bed. So tell me, start from group C. About your turn. So just construct the word with bed, right? So say I'll give you a clue, right? Clue means sort of, a bit of an idea. I'm in the bed, I'm in bed. And so just make a sentence. I'm in the bed or I'm in bed. And if you think both are same, so you had to give the reasons, right?
I'm in the bed.
Right, in the bed. So, okay. So, right. I go to, I don't know, your turn, Mom.
I'm in bed.
I'm in bed. Yeah. Thank you. Tanushalima.
I'm in bed.
Right. Varnama.
I'm in bed.
Kekadam. You are in bed. Sanjindanam.
I'm in bed.
Right. Lokapriyama.
I am in bed.
Right. Santosh, ma.
I'm in bed, sir.
Yeah. So in bed is correct, right? I'm in bed. So that means I'm basically resting. I'm in bed. Or I'm going to bed. So we don't use the bed, right? Okay. But some situation we use the bed. That is, say for example, I'm on the bed reading a newspaper on the bed. So why we are using on the bed mean part of that furniture you are sitting, right, on the bed, right? Because you are sitting on the bed, okay? But you are sitting on the bed reading. But when you are sleeping, in bed, right? Oh, I'm going to bed, right? Okay, so that's the difference between. So when you are sitting and doing something, use on the bed because you are sitting part of that bed and sitting there. Okay. Work and home. Okay, work. So Ruchima, and so this is sort of, you have to make a sentence with work, right? I go to work or I go to the work?
I go to work.
I go to work? Okay. Aaron Lillaman?
I go to work, sir.
Right. Tanishalima?
I go to work.
I have to work. Purnama?
I go to work.
Right. Good. Sajindanama?
I go to work.
Right. Good. Lower Priyama?
I go to work.
Good. Well, Santosh, ma?
I go to work, sir.
Right. Yeah, I go to work is correct. Yeah. So the next one is home. So I start from Vichyama, right? Home. Say, I go back home after work, or I go back to home after work. What's the sort of right? You tell me the right sentence. I'm just giving you sort of, I don't want to confuse you, but, if you have got idea how to sort of just using home, right? You can make any sort of, I go home and do meet up work after having my lunch or something like that, right? Or I go to home and, because a lot of people make a mistake. That's why I try to get your thinking about that, right? Okay, your turn, please.
I go back home after work.
Good, Nama. Add a little one.
I go back home after work.
Right. Tanisha, Amma.
I go back home after work.
For Nama.
I go back home after work.
Right. Sajin, the Nama.
I go back home after work.
Right. Lower Priyama.
I go home after work.
Okay. Santosh Man, your turn.
I go back home after work.
Right, great. So some people, they use go to home, right? So you should not use it, right? Home. Go to my house is different. At home, there is no to in front of, or the home. No. Okay. So, okay, the next one is the sea, right? So normally we say we go to sea. Okay. That is, we go to sea and we are at sea. Okay. So we go to sea means sort of, so they, for example, fishermen, they go to sea and catch fish, right? So they say we go to sea and catch the fish, right? But at sea means sort of it's a journey, right? Journey. If you are going on a cruise, you know the cruise, right? So, so the cruise, so we always say we are at sea. Say someone asking, where are you? We are at sea. That means you are traveling on a cruise to go to another country. We are at sea, right? So that's the difference between to sea and at sea, okay? One is you are going to do your work, right? That is fishing. The other one is you are going on a journey. So there is, say, for example, when one and only one object in the world, right? So we use the world is one and only one, right? There is no 2 words, 3 words, 4 words, right? One. So we always use the world, right? Say sun, there's sun. Moon, there's moon, right? So because only unique one, right? So again, I told you that if it is a specific one, earlier we studied about, using the for specific one. The other one is, say, Paris, the capital of France, Paris, because that is one capital is only one, right? One town is called capital. There can't be 2, 3 capitals within a country, only one. So that's why we call it the capital of France, Paris. Colombo is the capital of Sri Lanka, right? Bombay or New Delhi is the capital of, yeah? So then we use that, right? Say, for example, the sun rises, right? The moon, right? The other one is the sky, because sky is just one and only one, the sky, right? The sea, the ground, the country, and the environment. So environment can't be too many. Environment is one. So the environment, right? So again, another rule is the same. Same. She is the same. Say for it, as same as. Okay, put it this way. her age is as same as my sister's age. So when you look at as the same as the, because in front of same, you have to always use the, right? So that is another rule. Okay. So example is your pullover is the same color as mine. Pullover means, we call it jacket here, but in UK they call it pullover because they sort of remove it this way, pullover. So the same color as mine, right? And again, the cinema and the theater, we use the, right? So that's the rule, okay? The other one is radio. We look at the radio. I listen to the radio, right? The radio, always in front of her, the radio, okay? And say, I heard the news on the radio, right? Not on radio, on the radio. But when it comes to television, we call it tele or television. We don't put that, right? I watch sports on television, right? So I often watch television. I watch sports on television, right? So, but when it comes to, because you are watching on, right, on the sort of screen, that's why you're, so the other one is when you are buying it, right? When you are buying, you say television set, I'm going to buy a television set. We use a television set. Right? And we can say, another thing is, because that's the set mean sort of bigger, sort of, everything included, not the screen. So when you talk about turn off, so turn off the television, turn off because that's a whole thing we are talking about, the whole set, television set, right? So the next one is, I'm going to buy a new radio. So now you can, because it's just one radio you're going to buy or one set you're going to buy. So you can say, you can put a in front of it, right? Then we're going to look at this breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So breakfast, lunch, dinner. Start from Santos. You make a sentence. I just want to say how you're going to use it. The lunch or air lunch or what. So I just want to see. So you make 3 sentences using breakfast, lunch, dinner. Start from you. Okay, man?
Okay, sir. I had bread and omelette for breakfast.
Right. Second.
I had my lunch at 1 p.m. afternoon.
Right. Okay. So you put my in front of it. Okay. So can you just can you use without my? Say I had without my, right? Because when you have,
I usually have lunch at 12 p.m.
Usually have lunch here. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. So next one, dinner.
I will have spaghetti as dinner tonight.
Right. Okay. Move to Aralilon. On your turn.
My mom packed me breakfast for school and lunch. I had rice and curry for lunch. Yesterday the dinner wasn't ready on time.
Right. Great. Tanushalnya,
I usually have breakfast at school. Second, I never skip the lunch. I never skip lunch for dinner. The dinner was awesome.
right. Okay. Right. Lokapriyam.
I eat bread for breakfast. I eat rice and curry at lunch. I wish I eat chicken for dinner.
Yeah, I wish for I wish me, right? So then you have to use the past tense, right? I wish I had, I wish, I went. So because you are thinking that I wish me, that didn't happen, but, that could have happened, right? Didn't happen, basically. So you have to use the past tense right next to wish. I wish, say, look at this sentence, right? I wish I went to school, right? So that sort of, so you just change that sort of sentence and say again. So which one, dinner or lunch?
My mother cooked chicken for a dinner.
Okay. For a dinner. Did you say for a dinner?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So okay. So I'll sort of go to Purnama. Your turn.
I had cookies and milk for my breakfast.
Right.
I always eat my lunch at 12 o'clock.
Right. I said sort of, don't use my, but okay. So dinner, not dinner.
Yesterday, the dinner was delicious.
Okay, good. Griksham.
I usually eat bread for breakfast. My mom packed my lunch for school. I usually help my mom to do the dinner.
Right, okay. I'm gonna correct it, but Sajindanam.
I had my breakfast at 8 a.m. today. I had fried rice for lunch today. Just today, I had my dinner at my friend's house.
Right. So basically, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you should not use the, okay? Okay. But when you are using adjective in front of them, right? Say nice lunch, yeah? So that is adjective is in front, right? Nice is adjective. So then you can use article A. I had a nice lunch. I had a superb lunch. I had wonderful dinner, right? Because adjective is in front, then you can use A. Otherwise, if it is just dinner or rest, you should not use it, right? Don't use the at all. There is no the in front. Just simply use breakfast, dinner, and the lunch. Yeah. So that's the sort of rule. Okay. So I have got 10 minutes to sort of cover. I'm going to ask more questions. Anyone wants to, got any questions?
So
No? Okay.
Why we cannot use the for countries? Because there are only one word.
The country?
No, like we don't mention the in front of the name of a country. Like.
Okay. So there is a, say, for example, I'll give you an example, right? We normally, that's a rule is sort of, you know, in front of countries, say Sri Lanka, no, the Sri Lanka. You can't use it. The India, no, right? That's the rule, okay? But we use the UK because United Kingdom, right? So there are a lot of kingdoms put together. That's why. So there are a lot of kingdoms, right? So that is plural. So we use the UK. So when it comes to USA, 50 states there. So United States, right? So United States is sort of, you know, 50 states. So we use the, otherwise, that's a rule. Yeah. So that's the rule you've got to follow. Okay, ma? Okay, another one I would like to say, the room, right? Say room number or lecture theatre number. When you have got sort of numbers right next to it, say room number 13, room number 20, you should not, because that, as soon as you get the number there right next to the room or any other, like sort of, you know, bicycle 31 or something, right? Bicycle 31 number. If you get the number there, so you should not use that. That's the convention. That's another rule, right? Which room? Because normally the person who bring the food, he asks, which room are you staying, right? So you say room number 126, not the room number, okay? So you have to have clear sort of indication. I'm thinking this week exercise to give you, because last week sort of, you know, give you sort of really good exercise, like, you know, the assignment. So all happy to do assignment. Probably I'll send you the exercise, two of them, and then assignment. If that is too much for you, or it would be okay for you all. Because I can leave that exercises and ask you to do the assignment. Like, is that too much for you if I ask you to do both? You all are back to school, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So you have got homework, other subjects homework also you got to do, right? So I just send you only the assignment and say, yeah. And the, okay. Okay, another question I would like to ask, because I feel sort of, you know, so you all are a bit, you know, asking too many questions or something. You're a bit tired of it. I'm not sure. Say, normally we use, this is another rule. Already we studied. I did say, if, then past tense, right? If I found a key, I will let you know, right? So that is basically not going, I'm imagining, you know, if I found one, So most probably I won't find it, but I say if I found it, right? So same sort of sentence I am going to ask you guys to tell, right? Okay. Say, and another example is, if I saw your sister, I will let her know. But thinking that I'm not going to see her, but if I saw means sort of, I'm just, if that happens, then, but most probably that is not going to happen, right? So I'm going to start from Sanjindanama. You got that? So I have given the.
If I had time, I'll do my homework.
So basically, you're not going to do the homework, but yeah, thinking that if I had. Yeah, good. Tharashalniyamma?
If I came to your city, I would meet you.
Adama, say again.
If I came to your city, I would have met you.
Okay, good. So, Aaron Lilavam, Kambi.
If I hung out with my friends, I would play cricket.
Right, good. Santosh, man.
If I went to school, I would study chemistry by this time.
I went to school, yeah, study, okay. Logapriyamma.
If I had fever, I don't go to school.
If I had fever, I don't know. Okay. So, yeah, that's good. Varnama.
If I have time, I will go shopping with my mother.
If you had time, okay, good. Grixima?
If I follow this street, if you follow this street, you will get the library.
If I followed the street, what did you say? Oh, okay. So you all got the answers right. So you are well focused on all the things and keep doing it. And I will see you when I see you, not when I see you, when I see you next Saturday. Yeah. Okay. See you all. Good night.
See you soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.